Hey everyone, how we all doing today? I'm Kevin and welcome to Lumber and Lures. We've had a pretty full summer. We've got a lot of content still not even looked at yet. We seem to be still up at the cabin. We've been doing a lot of really good fishing, Josh and I. As you can see, this stove here resembles the one up at the cabin. Funny story about this one. I got it out of a cabin up at the lake. So I'm going to get a fire going and we're going to talk about what we're going to be filming in the upcoming months and talk about what we filmed previously here. So like, share, and subscribe. Let's get this fire going in here. Go from there. We're going to let that catch and we'll do a little talking about what we're up to. There's one thing I'd like to touch base on. There is a channel out there. I don't want to mention his channel on mine. I watch him quite a bit actually. He's a very wise man. You might say he is an essential craftsman. I was watching an episode of his here not long ago, and it brings me to mind this little stove I have here. Now this little stove I got from a friend of mine. I don't use it. I am going to use it as a rechargeable battery station because the episode I watched of this fella, his very good friend, a mentor of his so to speak, had a fire in his shop. His shop is 50-60 years of memories and tools, and it was burnt right to the ground. There was some stuff saved, but tragedy. So he came up with an idea of putting an old wood stove and putting your chargers in there and charging inside the stove. If you ever get a fire, at least it'll be confined into the stove, or it might give you a little extra time to get the fire put out. So it's a very good idea. The stove I'm going to be using is right here. And for now it's going to be not quite as elaborate as the fellow on the other channel, but you just put your chargers in there. And when you want to charge, you close that door up, put your battery in, charge it up. You know, there's been a lot of fires here of late. All these lithium batteries we have. And you know, if you have the fire go off in here, at least you got a little bit of time. Or it might just melt and then be done with it. Motor breaker. And you won't burn yourself down. I've seen some of these lithium fires, and they're pretty scary. They get hot, they burn fast, so this is how I'm going to be doing my charging from now moving forward. In my opinion, that's why if you learn from other people's heartache, I'm not going to say mistakes because I don't think a mistake was made in that situation where that fella's shop burnt down. He was just relying on his tools to be top notch. And these batteries have issues. Computers, phones, drills, so that's what we're doing. But let's throw a little more wood in this fire and then we're going to go have a little walk. And I'll show you what's coming up. In the future for Lumber and Lures. All right, let's go for a tour. Oh, water went down the wrong way. As you can see, it's a beautiful November day. It's November 2nd. I'm very surprised we don't have any snow on the ground. But we've had a busy summer. Everything's pretty much wrapped up. No more stuff in the garden. We've got the addition on the saw shack pretty much done. I still don't know what I'm doing for a door yet, but we're going to figure that out later. Putting a bench along here with chop saw, metal and wood undercover. Be some shelves in there and some stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. Oh, pardon me. Anyway, this old girl, as you guys seen, I worked on it over last winter and part of the spring. It's just sitting here seasoning nicely, twisting and doing everything it needs to do. I've got some of the wood dry piled for it, for the walls, for the sheathing, but I got to get cutting a whole bunch more here. After hunting season, which is, my hunt usually starts the middle of November up here, but it'll be about that for me. Hunt till the end. And then after hunting season, it's giver. Get that building done. Gotta find a place to put it. It was gonna go to the lake, but that's a lot of work for an old guy, so we're gonna do something different up there. Not sure quite what yet, but yeah, pretty cool, pretty good. Went together pretty good. But I want to find a place to put it so I can finish it up and get it to the lock-up stage. Here's the back of the addition. It worked out really good. It's amazing what you can do with your own mill. I love it. We're pretty much done for getting ready for winter, but I got to get a few tools out of the barn and put them back where they belong in the saw shack. So come along and let's get her done. Okay. If I don't put these tools away, I'll never find them again. So without a doubt, an incredible little tool. I'll never be without one. Oh, let's check the fire, see what's going on here. Oh, perfect. Okay. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and liking and sharing and subscribing. We seem to be getting a little bit of a following. I'd always like to see more, but things will come along. We've got some plans for future episodes. You know, we're going to be doing some ice fishing. I got a lot of milling to do, as you can see out back there. I've got a lot of logs to get cut up. I've got to start making them a whole bunch of cants and just get them off to the side so they can do their twisting and what have you, and then refine them into the timbers later that I need, and the 1-inch boards and everything else. A lot of work with a little mill like that. My days off after hunting season here are going to be pretty busy getting those all made into cans before the spring comes. We're going to have more fishing, and we're going to have some timber frame work, and you know, some suggestions would be nice from folks. All in all, though, I've been having a great time doing this with my son. He's hitting her out of the park every time. He's doing a great job. There's no way I could do this on my own. I can barely turn on this camera and talk to you guys as it is, so hopefully we keep our fingers and don't get too many hooks buried into our hands over the next little while, and be safe on the mill and driving. And number one is family. Everybody needs to remember that without family, you're a pretty lonely character. Don't take anybody for granted in your life that you love, because one day they will be gone, and you'll be kicking your ass that things weren't better. I know our world is, I'm not sure how to describe our world. I promised myself I'd never get political on this channel, and I'm not gonna. But you know, right and left, they gotta meet in the middle and get along. But this is ridiculous what's going on in the world today, so let's all get along. You know, I heard a joke from a friend of mine here a little while ago, and generally, most cowboys I meet are pretty pleasant folks, and he's a very pleasant very pleasant character, this fella. And he says to me, he says, you know, why do cowboys like wiener dogs? And I sat there stumped kind of, and he says, because we all gotta get along, little doggy. And it took me a little bit to click, but it's pretty funny, you know. It's a play on words, but you know, we need to start talking to one another. We really do. I still have faith in our young people that we can get away from where it is we're at. I don't know how to describe it. Give me some comments. Tell me how you feel. I know there's days I feel like I want to give up and say screw it, but we can't. We got kids and grandkids and great grandkids that we have to try to make the place better than when we left it. And let's just give each other a hug, like, share, and subscribe. Let's look forward to a good Christmas coming up, good hunting season coming up, and let's help folks when they're down. Talk to y'all later.